a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. He'll bring it out. It's Blackwell. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. So Florida State's offense will get first crack at it here. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. It'll be interesting to see what they do today.
Grab behind the line. It's Robinson. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Let's take a second here to talk about Florida State. The good news about starting the season outside the top 25, not a lot of lofty expectations. You can sneak up on a few teams, but sooner or later, you're going to want to get that attention and get into those rankings.
A lot more, but it's not impossible. In recent years, you saw it with Indiana coming out of absolutely nowhere. You saw it back in the day with USF. You've seen it with Rutgers. Like, in the past, you can do it. You can put it together, gain some momentum, but it starts with this game right here.
TCU reached the national championship game a few years back. No one expected much of them that season either, so you never know. What's important is what people believe inside your own locker room. This team thinks they can do some really special things this year, and they get a chance to start strong here in week 1.
So the Alabama Crimson Tide offense comes out for their first possession of the game. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass and coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the field.
Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. Made that play and was hoping to make another one on the return, but they'll take it in business at the 41. He'll pull it on the read. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
One of the things I like about this defense is their DBs are not afraid to put their face in the fan and go tackle. And you saw it that time with the cornerback making a great play, tackling the quarterback on the option for a big loss.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
Bringing the heat. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. The Seminoles will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And no shot at a return here as the punt goes out of bounds. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
How frustrating is that? You're that running back. Where were you supposed to go? There was absolutely no lane for him on that play.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Out of the gun, the inside give. Sweet cut there. Makes the stop at the 30, but a big 15-yard pickup gets him out of trouble. If you're going to play Bama tough, you're going to find out really early if you can handle the running game.
they're going to check your chin. I mean, they're going to come in and they're going to give you a steady diet of it. Even when they've had great quarterback play and spread the ball out, it's still a physical principle. They're going to make you stop the run. If you can't stop it, it could be a long game.
They've got the screen set up. He'll be knocked out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. Good pickup there.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect, last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
The give is to Miller. Got a little space. Oh, a lot of space. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
And this offense is clicking, everything's moving, and the guy carrying the football, I mean, he is carrying the rock. Like, this is a guy he's setting this tone for this game, creating some balance on this offense. This offense is going to be a handful.
Yeah, David, I'd love to sit here and say, well, the offensive coordinator is just one step ahead of his counterpart across the field. That's not it. Right now, his offensive line is establishing the line of scrimmage, and you mentioned the back. He right now is running with authority on this drive.
Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Well, based on that, we can hope to see a little more offensive explosion here in the second quarter. Ready to get things started. So first down here as they go back to work. Might be calling a hot route. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start.
False start offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Alabama with a fresh set of downs to open the period. Looking to throw it, Simpson. Throws to the wideout. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Oh, he was hoping to make something out of that return, but they'll have it first down at the 39.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. The give to the tailback. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And you hear about run blitzes. This is exactly what a run blitz is. When you know the ball's coming up the middle, you want to bring those linebackers, get them closer to the line of scrimmage, and fire. Right when the ball snapped, he's coming downhill, doing a good job creating the loss. That linebacker really knew what was going on.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
And that's a play on 3rd down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback.
And the Seminoles line up to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. No fair catches here, looking for room. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. Here comes that Alabama offense. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Just has a knack for hitting that move on time. He's out to the 33. Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Now on 2nd down. Miller with the ball. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a 1st down.
And this is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that 1st down.
Scanning the field, it's Simpson. Works the middle of the field. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the 1st. Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on 2nd down. Off the play fake. Caught near the sticks. It's Cuevas. And he's brought down after a nice gain. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the 1st down?
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
To the air on 1st down. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
We just have not seen this offense look very sharp so far in this game, running or throwing it. In the second half, throwing it specifically, I think they need to find a better rhythm. They've got to find a way to get some completion strung together.
He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
Man, that quarterback knew that was a tiny window to throw into, and he just showed off his cannon of an arm.
Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Miller.
That's a good idea offensively. Try to get this guy the football in space on the perimeter of the field, throwing him the swing pass, and see if he can make something happen.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Sets up the screen.
How about the job and recognition by the defense? They knew exactly what they were trying to set up, and they had multiple defenders surrounding that intended target so that there was nowhere for him to go once he got the ball.
A cacophony of noise, debilitating surround sound. The Warhead on 3rd down at the dope. To the air, it's Simpson. Right down the middle. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. Now on fourth down, here comes the field goal team. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. They're just treating the entire stadium as if it's four-down territory. Odd decision here to go for it. Fourth and unleashes one deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. They spun that wheel of fortune on fourth down and come up bankrupt. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Looking to throw on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Black. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. They'll immediately call timeout.
Well, the drag routes put in this playbook to fight against man-to-man coverage. So there you see the receiver using his speed, working his way across the field. He gets separation on the DB, trying to trail him, makes the catch, turns it upfield for the first.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, first and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Finds his tight end.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover.
And that's another play for this offense that you're just left wanting more. Both these offenses, man, nobody's scoring any points. Palmer trying to execute a 2-minute drill, throwing the ball to the other team. That's not part of the 2-minute drill.
And I think we got to give the defenses credit because they have been dominant and physical, and they're creating takeaways. I know the offense has been sloppy, but on the other side of the ball, man, we are seeing two really good defenses go at it today.
Offense has enough time to get off a play before we head to the half. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back.
False start on offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking downfield, it's Simpson. He's going for a big play downfield. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
Well, the offense is doing their best to try and at least get into field goal range here at the end of the first half. So they take a vertical shot down the field, but give the defense credit. Lots of eyes back there on the quarterback. They're able to break on the ball and make sure that throw falls incomplete.
And I love taking deep shots. I think it makes quarterbacks play honest, safeties play honest. And you can tell just missed a little bit deep on that shot. But listen, those are shots that we want to take because the risk is definitely...
He's got it on the outside. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Man, it should come as no surprise we have ourselves a fun matchup in Tallahassee. And that defense has to feel like it just played about as close to a perfect first half as it can play. And who am I to argue? I mean, check out that scoreboard. Bone-crushing hits and an airtight secondary. Feels like they have 12, 13 dudes out there against that offense, which needs a real pick-me-up and fast. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Doak Campbell Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. The Seminoles will boot it away to start the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Not a lot of offense, in fact, no offense in terms of scoring there in the first half.
You got to give the defense credit on both sides. They've been physical. They've been making plays. So now, which of these offenses can break the tie? It's not going to be easy, but for this offense now taking the ball here first in the second half, they've got to get something done.
Finally giving the defense some credit. How did that feel coming out of your mouth? Did it hurt? Like, did you not like to say that? It sounded painful.
I just threw up in my mouth.
The give is to Miller. Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now, it's tough sledding on the ground.
He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
Well, that's a real good-looking throw, and I know at Alabama recently they've had a lot of different quarterbacks, and they've also had a lot of different guys calling plays. But one thing that's never seemed to waver is how explosive the offense has been, and the big reason is because of the efficient play they've had consistently year in, year out at the quarterback position as well. They recruited extremely well. They coach these guys up. And this is a guy who loves football, loves the X's and O's, and you're seeing it translate onto the field right now.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Man, what a finish we could have. Tie game, third quarter here, 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, it's Simpson. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
And the defense doing its job again, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground, forcing a third down situation, likely to be a pass. Both defenses have played a really good football game so far.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. Motion from the wide receiver. Crowd, and now he's got room. There he goes. They finally get to him. And what a play there to pick up the first down. The Noles come to the line in the hurry-up. It's almost incomprehensible to think the Noles failed to break 17 points 10 times a season ago. That's a year after being prolific, Jesse. So what are the keys to regaining some form?
Reese, I think it's the quarterback position. I think this team was spoiled in a lot of ways when they had Jordan Travis. And they obviously had so much NFL talent surrounding him. But they had a leader. They had a guy that everybody could look at when times got tough and believe in. Someone has got to be able to establish themselves at the quarterback position for this team to get back to its winning ways.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
You're not going to see that happen too often. The quarterback, man, he was licking his chops. He saw a big space in the middle of the field. He had his best receiver there ready to make a play, and he dropped it.
Complete on 3rd down. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period. Defense has been dominant. We reached the end of the 3rd quarter. Nobody's been able to get on the board as we check out the stats. It's easy to think back to 2014, Wake Forest, Virginia Tech, the last time we had a game go into overtime as a scoreless tie. Let's see if that's the way this one goes as we start the 4th. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. From the gun, running back gets to give. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up, Dave.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting it.
The short hands, it's Webster. And just a short and safe pass play, they pick up a few. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
Talk about saving your best when the moment is the biggest. Nice job in the fourth quarter. Been grinding all day. Made the biggest run of the day when it counted the most. Picked up the first down in a pretty close ball game.
Caught in the backfield, it's Robinson. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over it. And the Knowles with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Back to throw, it's Castellanos. They're setting up the screen, and he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. The clock stops as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the game. Ball's at the 24. A lot of confidence in their kicker from here, but they'd love to take it off of his foot and convert the first down. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop. So here we are on fourth down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. It's good. And finally, we get something on the board, a field goal here in the fourth quarter.
And you guys know I'm not a huge fan of kickers, and I'm a go-for-it guy. But at this point, late in the game, and we've got no points, you take the points, 3-0, that might be enough to win this football game.
Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They haven't really been able to line up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. Wants to go up top on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Miller. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running, second down coming. Back to pass. Fires to the wideout. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
And that's a good job by this defense. The 2-minute situations can be tough, especially communicating. And you know they want to push the ball down the field, but a lot of times it's towards the sidelines. They protect the middle of the field, play great defense all across the board.
He makes a catch. That'll be enough for a first down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Back to throw, it's Simpson. Fires to the right. Hauls it in. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. The offense gets a quick timeout at this point. Every second is precious. The Tide with the 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with it.
Turning on the Jets. And he gets out of bounds to stop the clock as the offense moves closer, trying to pull it out.
And this offense is going to have to do more of this, right? They're going to have to be aggressive, attack the sidelines. They're going to need some big plays, trailing late in this football game, but they've also got to be smart and be mindful of the clock.
Off the play fake on first down, the throw. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waiting moments. That could be a costly play. The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. Back to throw, and he's running out of time. Complete downfield. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. They get the timeout called, 11 seconds remaining to play. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. Back to pass, it's Simpson. Lets it go to the end zone. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be fourth down. So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Timeout is called and the clock is down to 8. A huge pressurized kick coming right now as this game hangs in the balance. Oh, that one will leave a mark. No good. And after the miss, they're still down by a field goal. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. And they'll take a knee. A hostile environment can have a major impact on even the most composed, well-prepared team. So how much did the crowd play a factor in this upset?
Well, this is what makes college football so great, the home crowd and how they were able to impact this game. No doubt about it, David. They played a big factor.
And they're still jacked up, and they're still excited. They play a big factor, and it affects everything. College football, road atmospheres, they're tough. Even when the team isn't ranked like they weren't today, these are the types of moments they can jump up and bite you.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football. A spectacle, a cavalcade of dancing lights trying to hype this crowd into a frenzy, and it's working because they know what a huge matchup is in store. Welcome to the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the Sun Belt, the UL Monroe Warhawks, taking on the 21st ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the Warhawks offense will have the football first. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game. Maybe see some new schemes in the passing game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. Such a big part to convert these 3rd downs, and they've got it at the 42. Convert that 3rd down on the slant. Now everybody sort of settles into the game.
Yeah, you do have nerves. I mean, everybody does. Opening drive, that you watched film, and how good are they really? And you get that first down, you throw the quick timings.
It's a running room. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 41 after the good game there.
One of the things I love about this offense is they're very versatile in their passing attack. They throw to receivers and tight ends, and the screen game is big as well. This guy is a weapon, and you're seeing that here early.
The Warhawks look to keep this drive humming. The give out of the gun. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Really nice first down run, and you're seeing why this running back is an every down type back. He can run between the tackles, he can run outside, he can catch the football, he can block. This guy can do it all.
And the Warhawks can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Right back to him on the ground. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. Here's a heat. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
Oh, that's a missed opportunity. You know the quarterback was excited. He saw man coverage. He thought he was going to have an opportunity to come up with a big play, but up front they could not protect him well enough.
The Warhawks will line up to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds. The Crimson Tide offense comes out, and now they'll go on the attack. And it was a rough showing last week, and it all started with the quarterback, Jesse.
Yeah, he looked lost in that last game. I thought the defense did a really good job of confusing him, mixing up their looks and their pressure. So no different today. The defense obviously watched the film, and they're going to come out and they're going to try to do the exact same thing and get this guy rattled. So this quarterback, he has to know what to expect early in this one.
If I'm his offensive coordinator, I want to get started off on the right foot, man. Get the ground game going. Make it easy because last week was such a disaster. We want to turn the page. We need some confidence. We need some good mojo. First drive, we need something good to happen early so we can forget about that last week.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell.
Back to pass, it's Simpson. Throws to the back. Oh, right through his hands. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one. The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Fair catch is brought in at the 43, and they are set up nicely. So the first play of the drive will come from the 43. The give to the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. Bounce that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down. Trying to pick up a first down. On third down, he drops to throw. Trying to make magic with his feet. Those defenders were seeing red, and the quarterback felt it and got down quickly. And the Warhawks will punt it away on fourth down. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. They'll get him corralled and down at about the 19-yard line. Here comes that Alabama offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. From the gun, the ground game. Makes a man miss. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Safe completion on the screen. Fighting off the defender. Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move. We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. To the air, it's Simpson. Here comes the heat. Grabbed in the middle, it's Horton. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. New set of downs after the completion. To the air on first down. Unloads to the wideout. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He was trying to get that return going. Instead, he'll hand it to his offense at the 38. Off-play action on first down. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. And it is hardly a big surprise that this Alabama defense is hitting hard and making their presence felt in the backfield.
Yeah, it's what they built their brand on. They built it on physicality and stopping the run, and you've seen over the last several years, too. After they do that, they come after their quarterback, and they try to get that sucker on the ground.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down. It'll bring up a big decision. The Warhawks will call on their punt team. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
He'll keep it himself. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Went to the running game on first down. Now here they come again. Looking to throw at Simpson. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on third down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they gambled in their own end, and now they give up really good field position. UL Monroe has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. Quarterback on the keeper. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Wants to go up top. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, give the defense credit because they're forcing this quarterback to throw into very small windows under duress.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Wide open downfield. He'll be brought down at the 41-yard line, not close to the line to gain, and it's 4th down. Kick is in the air. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot. Lets it fly. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. They pick up the first down. They'll mark him at the 34. Got to be expeditious here.
Well, the quarterback wants that throwback, guys. He's thinking to himself, I'm going to drive down the field here in a 2-minute situation. We're going to get the lead. We're going to have the momentum going into the first half, but he got too aggressive. He should have thrown that one away or eaten it.
Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. 2nd down, he'll throw it. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Pocket breaking down. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. And the Warhawks will try to pin them back with the punt. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. And that punt will sail out of bounds. Let's see where the official spot. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. To the air, it's Simpson. Throws to the wideout. He's got it. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Looking downfield on 1st down. He tries to take the top off. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, you've been calling a great one today from there in Tuscaloosa. And that defense has to feel like it just played about as close to a perfect first half as it can play. And who am I to argue? I mean, check out that scoreboard. Bone-crushing hits and an airtight secondary. Feels like they have 12, 13 dudes out there against that offense, which needs a real pick-me-up and fast.
On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Looking to throw on 1st down. Going downfield for the big play. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but 2nd down coming.
This quarterback has been struggling to find a rhythm in this game so far. Didn't have a ton of success in the first half, so here he is trying to ignite the offense with a deep shot, but they're not able to come away with the completion.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, The offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working. Ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. No signs of any kind of kicker as they'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. He fires one deep down the right side. The incomplete pass makes this series end in frustration as they turn it over on downs. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Using his legs, it's Galloway. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
You're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Here he goes breaking the pocket. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You get the ball out. But when things break down, they get off schedule. You've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense got it. They're on the run. Speeding down the left side. The 30. Running inside the 20. Touchdown time. The defense takes matters into its own hands.
And the defense comes with the blitz. Nice job getting to the quarterback. And don't just get there. Try to strip that football out. They get the QB to the ground. The ball's out. They scoop it up, take it all the way back to the house for 6.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Texas Tech is showing little remorse for its opponent today. Feels like ever since they arrived at the stadium, that Red Raiders offense has been a buzzsaw. They're up by 35 over Penn State. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1. High crowd, rolling noise, down on the Saban field on third down. They'll try to power their way ahead. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster. The Warhawks decide to punt it away. We've seen a lot of the punt team 6 times tonight. Looks it in at the 40. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. Here comes that Alabama offense. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on 4th downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Trying play action. Snagged in the middle. It's Miller. They'll give him a couple that leaves him with 3rd and 8.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on 3rd down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the...
Makes the grab past the marker. Touchdown, Bama! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
What a great play call there on 4th often practice these all throughout the week. You've got to be able to call something that you know you can run in your sleep. Beautiful execution on that fourth down play for a touchdown.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Guys, we'll see what this Warhawk offense can get done this time. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Rush is on him. He'll pull it down. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them they'll get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
He leaves it with his back. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Oh, they're after him. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. Wants to return it. Makes the tackle, really strong, disciplined job, and now we have 1 period to play. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. They built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
The defense, obviously, at this point is trailing. They need to get the football back. They're expecting run. They know the offense is going to try and bleed the clock, so you've got to be good at the point of attack. They were right there. They gave up nothing on that run.
That one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
Quarterback trying to attack the middle of the field. I like the aggressive nature, but his receivers aren't 9 feet tall. No one's going to catch that. No one can climb the ladder. You got to bring it down a little bit.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
This will be picked off, maybe just the turning point they needed. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business. This offense has it with really good field position. Wants to throw on first down. Makes the grab. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. Looking to fire. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. And the Warhawks want to pick up the tempo. On third down, going up top. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. This quarterback desperately wants to make a chunk play, but they're going to be deep as the deepest, wide as the widest. He's got to be patient.
No doubt. Situational football is probably one of the most underrated, untalked about things, like understanding the situation. I have the lead. They have to take shots down the field. I'm going to play pass. I got to rush the passer. I got to keep him in the pocket. All those things come into play throughout this game.
Blasted as he lets it go.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
He'll step out of bounds right at the 44. A big time pickup on that one. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. It's complete. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. Wants to throw. It's Simpson. Looking to the big tight end. It's caught downfield. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the 1st down and sets them up beautifully here. The Crimson Tide could get very aggressive here on 2nd and inches. Back to pass. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the...
And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life into this team.
Let's go. Talk about having one foot in the grave. This was almost over. They're up by 2 possessions in the 4th quarter, and they got the football. Thank goodness they're choosing to throw the football, not run the clock. Man, we needed that pick. Now it's the offense's turn to go out and make something happen.
Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Got his man. And they'll stop him just short of the 1st down, just inches away from moving the sticks. The Warhawks are facing 3rd and inches. They'll try to get the 1st through the air. Unleashes one. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. Less than a yard to go for a 1st down, and the offense will remain on the field. Trying to get it to the marker. And he's got enough for the 1st down. It'll be at the 35. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw. Incomplete.
Well, quarterback off target on that one. And in this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
Catch in the middle. It's Campbell. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down. He'll spike the ball to try to save every precious second he can. So now it's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Fires to the wideout. It's caught. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down. And quickly to the line of scrimmage, they spike it and stop the clock. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws toward the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. Looking for a man. It's Simpson. Makes a connection. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line. They get the timeout called. 11 seconds remaining to play. On They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got his man. The chunk plays that they love, and he takes it all the way down to the 10. They'll use the timeout, 6 seconds left on the clock. One more play to pad the stats. To the air on 1st down. Touchdown, Alabama! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
Man, you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. No more room to run. They make the tackle right there, and the clock is at 0, and that's how this one will end. Winning those individual 6-second battles every play, time after time after time after time, and that leads to a victory here.
And I love when teams go out and play like it's sudden death. Like if they lose the game, their entire season is over. This game wasn't for the national championship, but you wouldn't know that watching this winning team, David. Tremendous effort and tremendous execution.
I love competitive people. I love competitive coaches. I love competitive teams that they know that their job is to go out and get a W no matter where